5-2, Southern Indiana leads. Bottom half of the sixth. 1-2 count, 2 out, bases loaded for Taylor Minnick. Newman delivers, fly ball in the air to deep center. It's gone for a grand slam, and Taylor Minnick has flipped this game upside down. Indiana now up 6-5 for the first time today. Will Trenton go back to the off speed at 3-2? It's been her money pitch this inning. She does, and it's hammered out to deep center field. Back goes Bennett. It's gone, and Taylor Minnick has made this a one-run game. It's 7-6 in the sixth. She went back to the off-speed, and she punished her.
Tobias kicks and fires. The runners are going. The throw to third is in time. Drew Law is toast at third, and Lake Central is out of the jam.
Lake Central fans starting to make some noise. Sivak delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Ward just down on strikes. And Sivak is through 5 shutout innings. 8-7 the score. James delivers the 0-1. This ball popped up in the air to right. Coming on is Mon. He makes the catch. And the land down under has come to the region and upset the hometown squad. The Aussies win it 8-7 over Crown Point. Here comes Alan Ryder the other way, dumps it in. Page will go chase it for the Boilers. He collects it. Looking for a pass in front. Ryder tried to tip it in, but couldn't get a clean stick on it. Wessel keeps it into the blue line. Long shot scored, deflected in front by Page. And Purdue on the board first in this outdoor classic. Puck is set all the way down. Are we going to have a breakaway? Yes. Chan's the first one to get to it, and he scores! Andrew Chan, fastest man on the ice, gets the third goal for Purdue. Defensive zone draw won by Purdue. They can't clear it. Turned over in front, a shot, and it's scored. Gabriel Krause with the quick wrister off the turnover, and Miami has tied it.
Carmels needs to hurry here on offense. Jackson walks it down, drives on Fegbaby inside, pull-up jumper off the window and good. That's 20 for Caleb Jackson, leads down to 4. We could see some fouls coming up here for Carmel. None yet. Jaden Wright with the ball, Ethan Henderson's on him. Down low to Fegbaby, a great pass. And Bennett answers it back.
Mickens knocks it away, looking for the steal. Scramble for it at midcourt, but Prairie State gets it back. Now they turn it over. Sachezen, cross-court pass, and the dunk for the little man, Samar Burris. 5'9", gets up for the slam. And it's 70-41. Daniel Morty, pump fakes, drives into the lane. Layup doesn't even hit the rim. Abrams comes down with the rebound, 2-on-1. He has Burris with him. Abrams lobs to Burris, who lays it in. 12 points for Burris, and Prairie State wants a timeout to talk it over. They've been blitzed out of the second half. The lead is up to 19. That's as big as it has been today.
And just like that, plus territory now for the City offense.
Harvell gets the handoff. He's loose up the seam, across the 20. He breaks off a tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolves, and they're a 2-point conversion away from tying it. Lowell currently trailing Kankakee Valley at home 7-6. Player with a play action throw, and he's picked off. Bryce Compton the other way, and he has reservations for 6. Crown Point driving with the ball at the 24-yard line. They are on the doorstep of scoring again. Ehrlich motions Ellison out wide. It's an empty set. Ehrlich back to throw. He has time. He delivers over the middle, and it's caught for the touchdown. The tight end Trevor Gibbs on the crossing route over the middle. And Crown Point, 2 touchdowns in 2 drives. They lead at 13-0. 2nd and 10 from the 41. Michigan City stacking the line. They have Hart under center. They fake a pitch. Now they give it on a reverse to McKinney, and he's got room along the edge. He breaks the tackle. He's across the 50 for a first down. He cuts back at the 45, spins out of a tackle with the 40. He's dragging defenders across the 35. Big chunk play for Michigan City. They're going to finally drag him down at the 33-yard line.
Bottom half of the sixth set to commence from a night game under the lights at Andy Moore Field. The lead is 7-4 in favor of the visitors, the Iowa Hawkeyes. Talia Trenton is back on the mound for her second inning of work. She relieved starter Jalen Adams in the 5th and was able to get out of damage with no runs allowed. Alex Cooper, the 9-hitter, will lead it off for Indiana and look to get on to flip the lineup back to the top. First pitch to her is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. Quincy Bell alongside Noah Gurkey. Noah, I mean, we've had almost everything in this game.
Yeah, it's been one of those games that you expect in Big Ten softball, back and forth. Kind of, you see a lot of things you're not used to seeing: overturned at-bats, 7-hour rain delays, a lot of close calls and reviews on things. It's been a fun one.
Second pitch to Cooper, missed in the dirt. 2-0 count to her. She cuts at the 2-0 and delivers one deep into the gap and right. It's down off the wall. Cooper on her way to second. She will hold there with a leadoff double.
Her second double of the afternoon, and that one was hit well off the bat, right in between the center fielder and right fielder, and rolled all the way to the wall. And Indiana's got the leadoff man aboard.
They have stranded runners in the last 4 innings. 2 runners in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. Looking to get 3 runs across and potentially tie it in the bottom half of the 6th. Melina Wilkeson will dig in. She's been cold today, 0 for 3 with a line out, a pop-up, and a strikeout. First pitch to her in her 4th at-bat is upstairs for ball 1. Top of the IU order. They're in position if they can get some more runners on to potentially tie it. 1-0 pitch from Trenton to Wilkeson. She takes the fastball at the letters for strike 1.
Yeah, 0 for 3 today. She's kind of struggled. You don't normally see that out of Wilkeson, a .451 on base percentage. Done a pretty good job of getting on base so far this season.
1-1. Takes a little bit high for ball 2. Wilkeson was 2 for 3 with a double in Tuesday's matchup against Butler. She's a transfer from Ohio State. Cuts and misses at the off-speed pitch. Great change of pace there from Talia Trenton, and the count's now 2-2 on the Indiana leadoff hitter.
Yeah, Wilkeson was looking to do some damage with that one, but fooled with the change of pace.
Trenton rocks, kicks, and delivers the 2-2. Swing and a miss. She gets Wilkeson with the off-speed.
Big-time strikeout for Trenton there.
Yeah, Wilkeson was definitely anticipating her to go back to the fastball, but she doubled up on the slow stuff. And Indiana, with only 5 outs left to work with to try to get these 3 runs back. Brianna Copeland digs into the box, takes the first pitch, another off-speed, down and in for strike 1. Copeland 1 for 3 today with a single in the third. Later came around to score. Takes upstairs at her chin. Had to turn away for ball 1. Trenton maybe trying to back her off the plate with some high heat. 1-1 the count, 1 out, bottom half of the 6th. Copeland takes another off-speed over the plate for strike 2.
She's located best with her off-speed pitch today. A few of her misses have been with the fastball.
And this is an Indiana team that is normally a very good fastball hitting team. Copeland swings and misses for strike 3. Trenton is fired up out there. There are now 2 out for the ever-dangerous Taylor Minnick. She has a walk and 2 groundouts today. Back-to-back strikeouts for Trenton, courtesy of a lot of off-speed pitches. She goes to the fastball for the first pitch against Minnick, and it's upstairs for ball 1. 10:02. We're just past 9 hours of total game time if you count all of the rain delays. 1-0 to Minnick is upstairs, and the count's 2-0.
You'd like to see Indiana get something going here. Stranding a lead-off double from your 9-hole hitter is not a recipe for success with just 4 outs left to work with.
Parker waits on deck. 2-0 to Minnick. Grounds it foul down the first base line, and the count's now 2-1. Two out, bottom half of the 6th, 7-4, the lead in favor of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Taylor Minnick, one of the nation's best hitters so far this year, .515 average. Looking to push the line across for Indiana and get another at-bat with a runner on. Off-speed pitch misses, and the count is 3-1 on Minnick. 7 runs on 11 hits for Iowa, 4 runs on 8 hits for the Hoosiers. 3-1 pitch from Trenton. Minnick cuts and misses at the off-speed, and the count is now full.
Minnick was looking to do some damage with that swing.
Will Trenton go back to the off-speed at 3-2? It's been her money pitch this inning. She does, and it's hammered out to deep center field. Back goes Bennett. It's gone, and Taylor Minnick has made this a one-run game. It's 7-6 in the sixth. She went back to the off-speed, and she punished her.
One swing of the bat can change anything. Just like that, Indiana trails by just one with a big-time fly from Taylor Minnick.
7-6 in the bottom half of the sixth. And the tying run will step up in the form of Avery Parker. The very few fans who have stuck around for this one, 9 hours of total game time, they are having a blast after Taylor Minnick sent one deep into the night. Trenton now delivers to the four-hitter, Avery Parker, and she fouls one off the knob for strike one.
Coach is not happy with that swing. Kind of asked her why she swung to begin with.
Yeah, Trenton has gone to the off-speed a lot in this inning. Got 2 strikeouts off of it. 0-1 is fouled away again, and the count's 0-2 on Parker. And she got Wilkeson to strike out on the changeup. Got Copeland to strike out on the changeup. Taylor Minnick, she was sitting on it there. That ball was out in a hurry. 0-2 the count on Avery Parker. Talia Trenton kicks and delivers. Comes with the fastball, and it's high. Count is 1-2. 7-6. Indiana only trailing one run now. 1-2 count on Avery Parker. Popped up in the air. It'll get out of play into the first base dugout. And Parker will stay with a 1-2 count. She's 1 for 3 today with a single in the third. She later came around to score off that single. Kinsey Mitchell waits on deck. She had the big double to push across 3 runs to start the Indiana scoring. 1-2 is upstairs to Parker, and the count's 2-2. Talia Trenton back on the rubber. Delivers the 2-2 to Avery Parker. Outside corner, called strike 3. The third strikeout of the inning for Talia Trenton. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We'll head to the 7th. Indiana down 7-6. We'll have the next inning on WIUX.
So we're now underway again. Now under 2 minutes. 4-on-4 being played. Toby has it, sends it to the slot. Shot is saved by Frambus. Minute 48 to go on the game. Purdue's keeping it in their offensive zone. Behind Frambus they work. Xavier picks it up. Walking it through is Ryan Falk. Now it gets to the right side wall to Brian Weevil. Weevil trying to send it through. Dropping back defensively is Toby. He picks it up. He's trying to clear. Weevil's after him, and the puck does get out of the zone. Minute 27 left. Wheeler has it in the defensive end. Gives it away. Doucette up the right side. Sends a long shot. The net is empty for Xavier. It's 5-on-4. Minute 16 to go. Xavier through center. Looking for passes. It's turned over. Toby can't quite get to it. Xavier got back on top of it. 1 minute to go in the third. 40 seconds left on both of the penalties. Xavier needs a goal to extend this game. Walking it through. Shot is too high. 50 seconds. It's on the left side. Purdue collecting it behind their own net. Doucette sends it all the way to the other end. He misses the empty net. It will be icing. With 39 seconds. 19 seconds remain on both of the penalties. So currently it's 5-on-4 in favor of Xavier. When these penalties are over, it's going to be 6-on-5. And it's pretty simple for Purdue. As soon as you collect this puck, send it towards the empty net. And if not, take the icing off your own end and do it again. Xavier wins the offensive zone draw. Shot is blocked before it can get to Mitnock. In the near left corner, Wheeler collects the puck, getting harassed, makes a move. Puck squeaking to the right side, diving to save it. Xavier can't. Doucette collects it and shoots on the empty net and scores. The game is all but over. Purdue leads at 4-2, and that should do it here from Crown Point. Xavier laid out couldn't keep it in, and that should be all she wrote from Crown Point. Purdue gets the empty net goal. There's 19 and a half seconds left, barring a miracle on the part of Xavier. 15 seconds, puck set in, Franks will clear it. Purdue just content to hold it, and now a guy gets taken down, and the penalty arm is up. Adam Dady, just unnecessary, takes Page to the ground out of frustration. He's going to head to the box, but it's all just bookkeeping at this point. And I guess they're going to call it. With 5 seconds on the clock, the referees call the game. Purdue is all over their goaltender, Mitnocht, and they're going to exit with a 4-2 win. Welcome back from South Holland. 37-23 the lead for South Suburban. Another stat correction was made in the media timeout. They ruled the Jerome White mid-range jumper a 3. This time Tanner Fields gets it in the corner, fires up a 3, misses it short. Rebound comes to Daniel Morty. Gives it to Antonio Phillips, who will move it quickly across the timeline. Walks it down on the baseline. Now spins back, gives it to Vavel, top of the key. Guarded by Samar Burris. Vavel pulls a deep 3, misses it too far to the right. Senchezin, the big man, 6'8", pulls down the rebound. 6.2 rebounds per game on the year for Senchezin, but that's already his 4th in half number 1. Tyler Wooten recently checked into the game, feeds it in the post to Senchezin. Backing it down into the lane, bobbled it, gets it back, easy, floater falls. 39-23, the lead in favor of South Suburban. 4 minutes to go in half number 1. Head coach Mike Mandarino for Prairie State screaming at his guys to get it downhill on the drive, but the South Suburban Bulldog guards have not been making it easy. Devin Vent kicks it on the wing to Wade Sims, drops it off for Phillips, layup goes. Nice pass underneath. That's 6 points on the game so far for Phillips. The lead has been cut to 14, 39-25. Burris slowly walking it across the timeline. Vavel is guarding him closely. Tries to get a screen from A.J. Abrams. Now Abrams gets it, drives baseline underneath. Vent with a great closeout there underneath for Prairie State. Got the hands up and forced the miss. Wade Sims, pump fakes a 3, drives into the lane, lays it up and in. 39-27, the lead has been cut to 12, and Sims starting to get on a little bit of a heater. He has 8 points. Burris walking it across the timeline, now dances between the circles, gives to A.J. Abrams on the right wing. Tanner Fields, top of the key, pump fakes a 3, drives up and under, layup does not go. Rebound comes to Antonio Phillips. He moves it quickly across the timeline. And the ball is stolen. A.J. Abrams all alone on the break, dunks it home with the right hand. With authority, A.J. Abrams, the pickpocket and the breakaway. 41-27 the lead for South Suburban. Vavel drives into the lane for Prairie State. Left-handed layup, spins off the glass and drops. 4 points for Vavel. The lead has once again been cut back to 12. The lead was as big as 17, but Prairie State has cut it a little bit, and they will look to win these last 2 minutes to get a little bit of momentum headed into the break. Burris drives into the lane, has his shot knocked away. Sims on the break. Lays it up on Mickens, no good. It was blocked by Senchezin, but they're going to count the basket and call a goaltend. 10 points for Sims. He's the first Pioneer in double digits. 41-31 the lead for South Suburban. The lead hasn't been single digits in a while. It got up to double digits for the first time at 16-5. This is the closest the game has been since then. Samar Burris, A.J. Abrams, now Senchezin feeds Tanner Fields on the left wing. Now Samar Burris on the right wing. Crosses over, gets to the elbow. Now in the corner it's Torian Mickens for 3. Misses it short, a hit off the top of the backboard. And the Pioneers will have the possession with 1:51 to go and look to cut the deficit to single digits. For the first time in 16 minutes, Antonio Phillips slowly walking it across the timeline. Abrams is guarding him closely. Leaves it off for Vavel. Now it's Daniel Morty. Crosses over on Abrams. Layup off the glass, no good. Put back for Devin Vent. Drops home. That's his first basket of the game, and the lead has been cut to 8, 41-33 in favor of South Suburban. Samar Burris dances between the circles. Down low to A.J. Abrams, working baseline on Sims. Lays it off glass and good. 14 points in the first half for A.J. Abrams. That is over twice anyone else on the Bulldog roster. 1 minute to go, 43-33. Prairie State looking to cut this and make the deficit single digits going into half. That ball is stolen. A.J. Abrams up to Burris on the break. Chased down, attempt by Phillips is no good. Burris gets the breakaway layup to fall. And the lead is back up to 12, 45-33 with 41 seconds to go in half number 1. Antonio Phillips slowly walking it, leaves it to Sims. Sims back to Phillips. Between the circles, looking for a pass. Gives it to Vavel on the left wing. Vavel pulls up for 3, misses it to the right. Rebound comes to Burris, up ahead to Mickens, who almost loses it out of bounds, recollects it in the corner and gets it back to Burris near midcourt. 15 seconds. South Suburban will hold for the last shot. Samar Burris gets a screen from Wooten, crosses over, pulls up from the right elbow, no good. Rebound comes to Prairie State, 4 seconds. Sims doesn't know it. He has 2 seconds, throws a baseball court pass and will not get the basket to fall. Halftime score, 45-33 in favor of South Suburban. We hope you're enjoying the broadcast. I'm Quincy Bell. We're going to have a break for 15 minutes and head back with the second half. Welcome back to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network. Second quarter ready to start from Maryville. The Pirates lead at 7-0. They will now be going from left to right. They're at the 42-yard line. Sanders gets the snap, hands it off up the middle. That time the run's going nowhere. J.Q. Johnson stood up at the line. We're going to take this moment to give you a Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard update. The other 2 games that are being broadcasted on RSN, Andrean and Hobart, are scoreless after 1 quarter, and between a big rivalry game, number 4 Valpo hosting Chesterton, the Vikings lead at 3-0 halfway through the second quarter.
Yep.
2nd and 10 for Maryville from the 42. Sanders gets the sign from his sidelines. Looked like they were about to quickly snap it. Now he calms himself, gets the snap, hands it off. It's another run. This time J.Q. Johnson again powers forward for about 5. It's going to be a crucial now 3rd and medium from around midfield for this Michigan City defense.
Michael Crawford got him there on the second level. But yeah, as you mentioned, those 3 games we got on the Region Sports Network, it's an absolute treat we got here this week. 3 great games. Obviously one here that we're seeing right in front of us, as well as a big Duneland battle as well going on over there at Valparaiso, as well as a big matchup in the NCC at the Brickyard.
3rd and 6 from the 47-yard line. The Wolves are looking for what would be a key stop. They surrendered a 3rd and 22 run earlier in this drive. Sanders looks to throw. He's under pressure. He throws quickly, and that pass was, I believe, caught by Maryville. No gain on the play, though. Nowhere really to go for the receiver, Michael Smoot, but we'll see. It's going to be a punt upcoming, and you know, Mike, that's a big stop for Michigan City. They allowed the big play to end the quarter, but didn't phase them. They'll be getting the ball back here not too shortly.
It's a lot of poise. Again, what defense is going to show more poise, and who knows? Again, I hate for it to kind of come down to that, but again, that muff punt that we saw in games like this, that might be the deciding factor.
Kick is away. It bounces backwards at the 22. It'll be downed at the 24. And that's where Michigan City will take over. But, yeah, we've got a lot of great games going on in the region. Thank you to Strachan Van Til for sponsoring the hometown scoreboard. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strachanvantil.com. 10 minutes to go in quarter number 2. 7-0 the lead for the Maryville Pirates. They got those 7 points thanks to a muffed punt by Michigan City after their first drive. It was picked up at the 30 and didn't take long for the Pirates to capitalize on that mistake and punch it in. Michigan City looking to get something going on offense. They have a formation in the pistol. Tristan Hart hands it off to Jamarian Gee, and he's going to be tackled for no gain, maybe even a 1-yard loss. This Maryville defensive line is living in the backfield.
Yeah, they're ferocious. Again, I mentioned you got to kind of maybe break your identity against these tough defenses. But that's easier said than done against teams like this. You might want to try and establish the run if you're Michigan City, but Maryville's defensive front is ferocious, and they always seem to be.
That was a 2-yard loss, 2nd and 12 for Michigan City. They haven't really gotten anything going in the run game other than that one gadget reverse play to Zaire McKinney for about 30 yards back in the first quarter. Hart gets the snap. He's going to throw. He rolls out of pressure, steps up, flips it, and it's caught. First down. Michigan City finding another soft spot in the defense was Logan Morian. That's his second catch of the day. You know, he's sort of slot receiver, sort of sitting in soft spots in the zones, and it's worked well twice for Michigan City. That's 2 first downs courtesy of him.
And courtesy of 4 seasons, Mechanical 4 seasons first down there with Logan Moore. And like you said, he's that nice kind of safety valve we got going on there for Michigan City. And Hart making a play with his feet. Obviously that Maryville pass rush is no easy task to defend, to block I should say, but Hart makes a play.
Hart gets the snap, hands it off to Gee, and he is hammered in the backfield by Adam Camphor. Stepping in, all 300 pounds of him hammers the Wolf running back to the ground.
Ooh, wow.
I'll tell you, a big guy with that quick of a first step off the line, that's just dangerous to go up against.
He's an absolute animal. He played a lot last year, of course, on that stout Maryville defense, and there's a reason he's a captain as well for this Maryville team. They trust him a lot, and he's obviously as valuable as they come in terms of interior defensive linemen, probably in the entire state.
2 receivers far side. Morian, the slot guy, comes to the near side with McKinney also on that side. Hart rolls out with play action. He's under duress, and he'll throw it away. Almost, there was some danger there. Almost picked off by 2 different Maryville DBs. Jalen Ramsey in pursuit of that ball, as well as the nickel DB Greg Hughes. When you're going to throw it away, I know you're getting hit, but you got to get that ball out of bounds. That was almost a pick 6.
Again, there's a lot of learning curves that Tristan Hart's going to have to go through. Again, it's still his first season under center, only a junior, so he's going to be back next year, but he's going to take these games as learning experiences. But with Maryville, again, you run the football in the middle, you got Adam Camphor there, but then you roll out with Tristan Hart trying to make a play, and you got Trent Nixon in your face as well at the lengthy D end that Maryville just seems to always pump out. It's no easy task to try and score on this defense.
3rd and 13. Hart fakes the jet sweep. They lob it deep. They got a man behind the defense, but the ball is barely overthrown. Kyron Hart zooming off the line, had his defensive back beat. Hart had to get that ball out in a hurry, and I'm sure he'd like that throw back.
No doubt about it. Those are throws you, again, it's all learning experiences, but you're going to want that one back to say the least. Against the Maryville defense like this, yeah, you're going to have some pressure in your face, but you're going to want to try and make that throw. Maybe, again, it's all you're hoping to get back out there, maybe run that same play because they obviously see something there in the speed of Kyron Hart that almost snagged that and reeled that ball in. But they're going to want that one back, and hopefully they could connect maybe down the line.
Warren Brown will be back to return this upcoming punt for Maryville. We'll see if he has an electric play in him. The punt is away. Brown goes back on it, lets it bounce at the 31, picks it up on a hop, and he is hammered.
Goodness.
My goodness, what a hit. That's number 5 on Michigan City. That's Marquez Dabney laying the boom. My goodness, I'm surprised that ball didn't come out. That was a ferocious hit. One of the hardest hits we've seen. That was definitely a big play. Could be sponsored by the IBEW Local 697 Electrifying Plays. Check out the IBEW Local 697 Electrifying Plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/regionsports, or on the Instagram page for those electrifying plays. IBEW are your electrical professionals.
Whew, that hurt me, man. That's a tough thing about returning punts. I mean, obviously we see kind of what happens when you muff the football, and obviously there's a tough punts that are knucklers and balls take crazy bounces, especially on turf fields nowadays. But then you also got to worry about the 11 defenders running at you trying to tackle you coming down full speed.
As a gunner, you live for a hit like that. That was a massive blow. Maryville will take over from their own 28. Play action. Sanders delivers outside, sliding down to make the catch at about the 38.
Curtis Cruz there on the catch.
Curtis Cruz, receiver, makes the play. Nice little, if you've been running the ball as well as Michigan City, as well as Maryville has this game, play action's not a bad play to go to, and they pick up 9 on the pass. And now, this is a play where I consider taking a shot. You got 2nd and 1. You throw a deep pass incomplete. Oh, well, you got 2 great running backs that can pick up a yard on the next play.
I love it. We got two receivers out wide as well as the H-back. We could see anything here.
They do go for the run, and they're going to get it. First down up to the 44-yard line. That was J.Q. Johnson.
Marquez Dabney there on the tackle. Obviously had that huge hit not too long ago, but again, a lot of momentum kind of shifts then to Michigan City's side after a big play like that, and for Maryville to pick up the first down, obviously a pitch and catch on down number 1, then J.Q. Johnson does the rest. It kind of shifts back in the Pirates' favor.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line. 1 receiver far side, 1 near side. Tight end is over there. Maryville once again in the eye. They hand it to Johnson. He has a hole, but it's quickly swarmed up. He got about 3 on the carry. Johnson running near side. Sincere Hodges in on the tackle for Michigan City. And, you know, give them their credit. This defense has played really well. The 7 points against them, I mean, 50 of those yards came off of a muffed punt. That's really not even their fault. So you take out that mistake, we're looking at a scoreless game. But halfway through this second quarter, it's a 7-0 lead for the Pirates. They have a 2nd and 7. It's another run up the middle. Maryville continuing to pound it. It's going to be a first down up across the 50. For Johnson now, Cameron Jordan will switch off with him.
Plenty of push there on that Maryville offensive line. They're not really running towards Adrian Holly. In fact, maybe trying to run away from them. And that Maryville O-line, they're kind of chugging right now, especially on this drive where, again, you want to try and keep your defense off the field and potentially put up some more points and maybe make this a 2-score game going into half.
Maryville stacking the line again. They only have 1 receiver to the far side. Jordan, the running back, they hand it to him running far side, and he's going to be swarmed up.
Pads are popping tonight. Good hit there, coming up from the safety spot there, I believe, for City. That was
Carl Tucker, the DB, coming in on the blitz. You know, some DBs love to blitz. He got in there and plugged that hole for no gain.
Yeah, when you're kind of in that safe defensive backfield, of course you need to cover, especially when a pass is thrown your way, but you also need to kind of stuff the run and get in the alley and not be afraid to put your nose on the football. And Carl Tucker, obviously, he's not afraid at all. Only 5'8", 145 pounds, but he could lay the lumber.
Another run to the middle. This time, Jordan breaks free. He's through to the 25, up the middle. He's to the 10. Blazing speed all the way for a Maryville touchdown.
Thunder and lightning, that's really it. Again, Maryville, they just need one play to pop, and if you have that many offensive linemen in the game, you find a hole. And again, Jordan, only a sophomore, plays well beyond his years, and he's got some next-level speed. Maryville running backs, I mean, what more can you say? It seems to be they just pump something out every single year. They find a way to just have a talented running back in the backfield, and we got one right here in Cam Jordan.
There's the big play you were looking for to break this game open a little bit. 5 minutes left to go in the half. Hello to Cameron Jordan, 46-yard touchdown run just straight up the middle. Extra point is good from Benito Gonzalez, and Maryville leads it 14-0. 5 minutes to go in the half. We're going to step aside for a moment. You're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.